Time now to talk to the corporate trust company Law Debenture plc, which is the first UK company to partner with a Chinese company to provide M&A-based trust services within China. Well, with me now to talk to me a bit more about that are two directors, Richard Rance and Carmen Lai. First of all, Law Debenture, a little bit of a misleading name. You're not a law company. What do you do, Richard?
We are a trust company providing a whole range of trust services through the world, and operating from here in London, but also from our office in Hong Kong, an office in New York, Delaware and Jersey. And the services that we provide we're best known for on the international bond markets, but we also provide a whole range of speciality trust and escrow services to assist in M&A transactions, both domestically and cross-border. And it's drawing on that experience that we're now looking to provide the same services in China to UK companies looking to invest there.
Now, Carmen, UK companies are increasingly trading in China. How can you help them?
We have a partner in China, it's Jiangsu International Trust. What they do is, of course, they are licensed in China, and they are licensed to do all the trust work in China. And with them, we are going to provide escrow services and trust services with them.
Now, do you offer services or help to Chinese organisations wishing to do business in the UK?
Oh, very much so. We've been providing these services in the UK for many years to foreign companies looking to invest in the UK. And we would be delighted to offer the same services to Chinese companies coming here. They will probably not be aware that such services exist to help to provide protection for them against risk and uncertainty. And one of the things that we have to do is to work with their professional advisors here to make them aware of how these services can be used to their advantage.
And can you give some case study examples of the kind of help that you provide?
Well, in the case of a straightforward acquisition, escrows are used, perhaps if there is a warranty on tax or something which has to be satisfied, and then the remainder of the consideration is held by us pending release. It might be in the case of a joint venture where we can put together some special share trust arrangements to provide protection against insolvency. It could be an employee share trust to keep incentivised key members of the team. It's a whole range of services that can be provided to solve practical or possibly regulatory problems.
Now, tell me more about escrows and how they can facilitate trade and investment.
The concept itself isn't new, but it is just operated by maybe individuals or maybe by one side of the transaction. Basically, what they do is to have a dual signatory account, which is owned by one of the party. So in effect, it is not very convenient to use, and it doesn't provide the protection that we may want to offer if the service is to be done by us.
So an escrow arrangement is where two parties to a transaction have agreed that part of the money due on the transaction will be withheld until a particular condition is satisfied. But obviously the question arises, who is going to hold that money pending disbursement? And particularly if the parties haven't dealt with each other before, they would probably prefer an independent, trusted third party to look after the money until instructed to release the funds in accordance with the terms of the agreement.
How do you see Anglo-Chinese trade developing over the next few years?
I would say there will be more cross-border trade in the future, because I can see that the Chinese government is promoting that. They would like to have more investments overseas, and at the same time they encourage investment into China.
I think also in China there's an increasing emphasis on value-added and high-tech production, and again the excellent reputation of UK companies I think will be part of that development. I think also UK companies will be mindful of the continuing strength of the renminbi and will have an interest in acquiring renminbi denominated assets as a hold into the future.
Now, what opportunities do you see for British companies trading with China?
I think the interest that UK companies have in China is and will remain very strong. China itself is a very exciting and dynamic market that UK companies want to be a part of. So I for my part, foresee that the current trends will continue.
And Chinese, right now in the Chinese market, they're very interested into producing more high-end products. The market is huge, and they're interested in there, and there would be lots of opportunities, I think, for UK companies in China.
And what are the pitfalls to watch out for UK companies trading with China?
Well, I think the one warning I would give is that you're going to a country that operates very differently at many different levels. So no matter how experienced you are in your home market, don't assume that you can behave in just the same way in China. I would strongly suggest that UK companies going to China receive the appropriate professional advice locally, and that way I would hope and expect that they will avoid making what might be costly mistakes.
Well, Richard Rance and Carmen Lai, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.